My name is Cody Gates, and on July 4th of 2011, I was arrested for aggravated battery. Me and my buddy were driving around on 4th of July night, and we saw a group of people, a big group of people having a party outside, and it was dark, and people were lighting fireworks and everything. And my friend said it'd be funny if we scared this party going on. And I told him, no, let's just keep going. He's like, come on, it'd be funny. And I thought, yeah, it'd be pretty funny. So he had a bag of fireworks that he'd brought from his house and had just random ones here and there. And we drove by and he told me to light it. So I tried lighting this firework and it wouldn't light, so I threw it out the window and we went on our way.
Later that night, they drove by the same location and Cody and his friend decided to try the prank again.
So we drive by and I light a firework and I throw it out the window. We watch it, burst into color, we laugh and we drive away.
About an hour later, a car started following them. Two men pulled up next to them and started yelling, telling Cody and his friend they were going to jail. Soon after, the police pulled the boys over.
So the cops split us apart and asked us for our stories. Before the cops took us, we kind of made up a fake story real fast that we could try to pull off.
After he lied to the police, Cody says an officer told him that the boys had crippled a 2-year-old baby and that the child would never walk again. Cody broke down and confessed to throwing fireworks at the party.
When I was arrested, a different officer put me in his car and told me that the girl was actually mid-age, about 10 years old, and that it only hit her ankle, that she would walk again and she was okay. Hearing that, it made me feel a lot better, knowing that, this is still serious, but it's not life-threatening.
It affected me dramatically when you get that phone call to say that your son's been arrested and he's being held down at the police station.
Cody then spent months in the juvenile justice system before his trial was finished, and he was convicted on 3 misdemeanor charges.
It was something completely new to our household and our life. The events pretty much changed our family's life forever.
When it was coming to an end, they brought up the Restorative Conference.
In a restorative justice conference, the offender is brought face-to-face with the victims, their family, and other members of the community who were harmed by their actions. Both sides are allowed to bring supporters to the meeting.
It was nerve-wracking. I was told that I was going to have to meet the victim in my case, and then the family and the party involved, like the entire party involved. So I was really nervous.
The conference can be tense for everyone involved. In many cases, it's the first time outside the justice system that any of the people have spoken to each other.
As a father, I have this image of, him jumping over the table trying to choke out my son, knowing that it wasn't going to be that way, but you don't know, you're scared, and there were raw emotions.
A conference takes place in a neutral setting with a facilitator to help manage the event. Everyone involved gets the chance to air their side of the story outside of the court system.
All those people are prepared by the facilitator. They are then brought into a room. They sit in a circle, and the facilitator asks the person who caused the harm some simple questions.
The Restorative Conference objective is to bring folks together and to have an opportunity for the individuals who experienced harm to describe exactly what harm they experienced and how it impacted them.
Restorative justice is a way of approaching criminal behavior that is a different way of reacting to that behavior than the traditional justice system does.
It gives the offender the chance to explain their side of the story and what they were thinking. And it's an opportunity to finally apologize.
By their actions and behaviors, and to really express what they've learned, how they feel, and how they're going to make things right, and how they're going to ensure a sense of safety and just remorse.
The whole time I've been saying I'm sorry, but I never got to tell the family that. I've been telling everyone else that, but the family never got to hear it from me.
In more serious cases, juvenile offenders who have gone through a long period of a 24/7 correctional setting need to reintegrate back into the community. A restorative conference can give them the opportunity to make an offer to repair the harm that they've done in the area where it will do the most good with the victims and their family members.
At the end of the conference, again, the goal is that the participants will be able to decide what they'd like to have done to make things right. And then the facilitator will assist with regard to writing up an agreement.
The victims of a crime or their family members can suggest ways for restoration to take place, such as community service or other projects, which the courts will take into consideration.
First of all, I'd point out it's not new. It's the way people forever have really resolved problems and held their communities together. From the time of the campfire to today, this is in fact the way people really resolve conflict.
In Cody's case, he did a community service project at a local junior high school at the request of the victim's family.
I think not repeating, not ending back up in the system is a major goal.
It's just a great method to be able to bring people together to talk collectively about an issue that has created harm, and for people to actually do the work themselves and not necessarily people in the system.
And there's one more underlying goal of a restorative justice conference, perhaps the most important one. It provides a chance for healing.
As the meeting took place and as people got to express their feelings, express their emotions, and vent, say, I'm mad at you, I'm angry, you went from everybody tense and just nerve-wracked to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, this is my side of the story, which, when you're going through the system and you're going through all these emotions, you don't know the other person's side.
It's a really powerful, cathartic experience for most of the victims that we've had participate.
The most surprising thing to me about restorative practices is how people really have the ability to work through conflict and to solve problems without having to be involved in the system.
Easter Steel's Goodwill is there for the people. They're there to help families. They're there to help futures. And in the circumstances for my son, it brought his life back.